at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane, Tesano, Accra. Robbery suspect in Ablukma Family Bullion Van case. Nigerian national apprehended in Togo. Peasant farmers demand government intervention as mining companies ravage farmlands in eastern region.
Ama say me phone na konkonsu say e na sia he nyina ye amena eti se me gina okra na me dokra na e yare hosem suro pa.
Residents and road users call for urgent intervention as deteriorating soccer day across from Bame Road in the Volta region poses grave risk for inhabitants and pregnant women.
Before only yawo do morning Alebe ole amududa bale mojije.
Later on CNR Extra, City TV's National Swimming Championship showcases Ghana's rising talent in a thrilling 10-hour event. Marlin swim team tops all winning the overall team.
Even if I don't beat my personal best, at a point, because there are not many girls in my age group, so I'm automatically in first, second, or third. So I prefer to aim to beat my personal best than to aim for a medal, aim for gold, or anything like that.
Once again, welcome to CNR Extra here on CGTV. You can join us with your thoughts, submissions, and comment via WhatsApp line 0204. Yeah, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well. How are you doing too?
I'm doing good.
It's been a good one. Over the weekend too, I was at the wine tasting event.
Oh, you went to taste wine?
I mean, it was a nice one. Good people, good music, good wine.
Wow.
I mean,
they really enjoyed yourself.
What a weekend it was.
Oh, wow. Let's bring you the very first story. That's a rather sad one, but the police has done well. A collaborative team that has led to the arrest of a robbery suspect in the Ablukuma Family Bullion Van case. Let's bring you that insight.
Now, in a significant breakthrough, Blessing Njoma, one of the robbery suspects involved in the Ablekuma Fan Milk Bullion Van robbery that resulted in the tragic death of a police escort, has been apprehended by the Aflao District Police Command. The successful arrest was made possible through a collaborative effort between the Ghana Police Service and Togo Interpol. The suspect, a Nigerian national, was captured at the Asigme market in Togo's capital city of Lome. With this latest arrest, the number of suspects in custody now stands at 4, all linked to the Ablekuma Fan Milk Bullion Van robbery. The incident, which occurred on June 14, 2023, claimed the life of Lance Corporal Callistus Amwa, who valiantly fell in the line of duty. In recognition of his sacrifice, Lance Corporal Callistus Amwa was posthumously promoted from General Lance Corporal to General Corporal. His final resting place was on Saturday, July 15, 2023. The arrested suspects are currently cooperating with the police as investigations into the Ablekuma Fan Milk Bullion Van robbery continue.
That robbery incident led to the death of Callistus Amwa. For the funeral, note that the gentleman out there or the suspect services coming after them. And I think that it's manifesting that we are seeing that the police is doing everything it can to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book, or probably the people involved are arrested?
I mean, it's good news that these suspects have been arrested in the first place. And for me, I think that it's important that we acknowledge the point that the last thing we want as a people is for persons within the service or within the force, they themselves not to feel safe and to be on the edge. Then there we may be now battling with issues of attacks by persons within the service and the forces against civilians, while they should be saving civilians. I'm saying this because when the system is such that these persons are on the edge and they do not know what is coming next, and if they are going to work, the risk at which they may not return back to their families is high. At the least of provocation and at the least sight of risk to them, they may be forced to draw their arms.
Rightly so.
And that's the last thing that we want as a community. And so it's important that these persons have been arrested. But most importantly also, we need to look at their line of work and how to make sure that we can avoid some of these unnecessary the back of some car and put some box inside as a safe for the money.
The incident happened, I spoke to Peter Tobulanchini, and he said that we can't tell whether the vehicle was a bulletproof vehicle or not. So from his point of view, we can have what you are terming as the tracks with a box behind, but it can be a bulletproof vehicle.
I mean, you see, when it comes to security, perception is very key. The perception out there now is that the bullion vans that we have generally, and it's not just a perception, backed by facts, because the transition from what we have now and to the proper bullion vans has not been seamless, and there have been postponements for a number of times. The last time we heard was that from July 1, they would always be using the bulletproof bullion vans. The point I'm making is that even though the police has not come out to indicate to us whether that particular vehicle was a bulletproof bullion van, what we know is that most of these vehicles do not meet the requirements to be taking monies around. And so the moment you put people of uniform into that vehicle, then we put their lives at risk. And to do with the issue of security generally within the It happened at a fuel station. Now, usually when you go to fuel stations, you should be expecting some form of security there. You didn't see that kind of security backup. Again, if you look at the location where the incident occurred, you know that area very well, and you know that from the Ablekuma curve towards that particular end, at a particular point in time, that part is very lonely, and that stretch does not have a lot of people living there, and there are a lot of areas within the country that are like that, and those places, security intelligence should at least make sure that those places are covered, and so that. But once these persons have been arrested, we hope that they will go through the legal process. I mean, everybody has rights when it comes to the law, and so we hope that the police will arraign them. Hopefully, they'll be indicted, put before the High Court for trial. We are yet to see what charges even they'll be leveled against them, but it's first a good news that they've been arrested. I'm
sure that following this particular news, the Ghana Police Service will be dotting their I's and crossing their T's when it comes to ensuring that their security men or officers are safe in their line of duty. Let's move away from this story. And the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunication is calling on the Cyber Security Authority to take legal action against the 420 individuals who were recently apprehended for their allegedly involvement in loan app fraud.
The Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications is calling on the Cybersecurity Authority to take legal action against the 420 individuals who were recently apprehended for their alleged involvement in loan app fraud in order to address the issue. The Chamber is advocating for a form of community service for those who are found guilty of this crime. Our Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete has more.
According to the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunication, it is crucial to enhance the cyber capabilities of the nation's population. The Chamber has identified the adult demographic as one of the most vulnerable targets for exploitation by internet fraudsters. Factors such as illiteracy and the lack of knowledge in information communication technology pose significant challenges in the fight against cybercrime. Regarding the recent arrest of 420 suspects involved in loan fraud, the Chamber of Telecommunication strongly supports their prosecution as a means of deterring others from engaging in similar criminal activities. The Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Kenneth Ashigbe, suggests that if convicted, the suspect could be involved in community service that involves teaching ICT skills to individuals who are not familiar with technology. Following an engagement session with junior high school students in Aguna Swedro on the topic of coding, Kenneth Ashigbe spoke to City News. He emphasized that the purpose of this training is to raise awareness about ICT-related matters.
You know, all the new technologies that are coming, it is really important that we move away from just being consumers of technology and start developing it. It's the reason why for us at the Chamber we would do this coding caravan. And so that's why you'll be happy that the Cybersecurity Authority would have nabbed about 400 or so more people who are doing the negative things. So we need to improve our cyber hygiene so that these issues of the fraudsters who are in there trying to defraud people, the cost of cybercrime even these days are very high. So it's something that we need to do holistically, and all of us work together to improve the cyber hygiene of our people.
Additionally, the Institute for ICT Professionals, in collaboration with the Chamber, highlights the importance of introducing coding to junior high school students. They acknowledge that ICT has both positive and negative aspects, but it is essential to embrace the positive aspects.
Negative news spreads very fast, so it's easy for us to quickly jump to conclusion that ICT would destroy the kids. But I can tell you that there are so many positives of ICT that we should actually embrace. Differentiate between the good, the children, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You teach them what is good, and you teach them the consequences of following what is bad.
During the event, the Member of Parliament for Aguna West, Cynthia Morrison, and the District Chief Executive for the area, Oduma Coleman, expressed their appreciation to the initiative and emphasized how it would benefit the children of Aguna Swedro.
Technology is the way to go. And so for our children here in Aguna West to go through this ICT training is a very laudable initiative that our children at this age, you could see what they did in there. They are abreast with the computer already. And so now for the things that are going to be in thought, I realize that even me, coding and things, I am not abreast, but these children are so vested. And so we are privileged that this training will enhance whatever they are doing. They are going to be the pioneers, the role models that we are going to use in the constituency to affect the other children in the smaller communities.
Furthermore, these school children eagerly shared the knowledge they acquired during the training session.
The program is very good and it has helped me a lot. Yeah, it has helped me to improve upon my ICT or my computer skills. Yeah, and I understood the lesson very well. I'm going to put it into practice. I also learned of the 3D printer. Yeah, which was used to print many objects which I've not seen before.
Actually, I never knew that the STEM would help me that much, because I never knew how computing was that fun, because they taught us coding and other things which have taught us to create games, apps, and other sorts of things which will help us in future.
Today, actually, if I didn't come here, I wouldn't even know that coding would be very useful in our lives. I mean, like, to code games, create apps for future use and the rest. I mean, I didn't even know that it was possible.
Some children within the Aguna West Enclave have been taken through coding, a process where the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications says is going to help upgrade the children's knowledge in ICT. The Chamber is also worried about the current spate of cybercrime in a cyberspace. They believe authorities must act. Carl Stetter, City News.
So is providing loans through mobile apps, some 97 of them. This is in relation to the story we just heard. And some of these entities are Flash Cash, Accra, Ghana Lending, Molone, 100 Cities Help, a whole lot. And then now the issue is also coming up that people who are engaged in the loan app fraud should be dealt with. But I think that the BOG is already dealing with this.
I mean, what I think the cybersecurity, the Chamber for Telecommunications is talking about has to do with taking criminal actions against these persons, and so prosecuting them criminally for their fraudulent activities. And for me, I think that if you look at the space that we want to go into, look at how the mobile money sector has been accepted, even amidst the opposition to the e-levy. Recently, there are reports from the Bank of Ghana that mobile money usage had increased. And so if you look at the economy that we want to build, and the cashless economy that is being promoted by a number of persons, which one is seen as a means of ensuring efficiency, two, ensuring accountability and reducing corruption. We need confidence of the people to be able to push that form of agenda. Mind you, our society is made up of a number of informal sectors. I mean, when it comes to the business community, hugely dominated by the informal sector. And to a large extent, a greater portion of the persons who operate within this space do not have, advanced level education. And so the essence of acceptability or the extent of acceptability depend on how safe they think it is. And we need to do everything to make it safe. If you've been a victim of cybersecurity fraud, aside the loss that you get, which you can put in monetary terms, some people, it demoralizes them.
From using the mobile
yes, because you see,
to mobile transactions.
And sometimes it's not as though these persons who engage in this cybersecurity are smarter than their victims, but these are victims of instances, and it gets people at a point to even question their intelligence, and it has a psychological effect aside the financial loss that the people have. And we need a society where people are confident to operate with the systems. And we are pumping a lot of money into it. Talk about the mobile money in
interoperability.
Yes, certainly. And the other infrastructure that has been raised to support this ecosystem. The last thing we want to do is to leave it in the hands of persons who think that they are wise than everybody. Sit in their single room, take their laptop, and be able to do everything that they want. And I support the call. If there are any criminal charges that can be leveled against these people, it should be done. I get the sense again from the boss of the chamber advocating for, in a way, non-custodial sentences. Perhaps, the judges themselves will know what to do. But essentially, when it comes to prosecution, we need to let people know that you cannot do this and get away with it.
Rightly so, and as citizens, I always say that, well, our safety is in our own hands, though the various authorities can do what is expected of them. But you should know what to do when it comes to these individuals. Someone calls you and the person tells you that, well, you've won an amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis, and you know you didn't do anything to merit that particular money. And the person is asking you for your Momo PIN and all that. You should be very, very vigilant to ensure that you don't fall in such traps. Let's move away from this story. And peasant farmers are demanding government intervention as mining communities ravage farmlands in the eastern region.
Peasant farmers in Jasun, Suapimso and Sejumase, all farming and mining communities in the Fantiakwa South and Ebuakwa South municipalities of the eastern region are appealing to government to streamline the activities of licensed mining companies operating in their area. According to the aggrieved farmers, some large-scale mining companies in the area are forcibly invading their farmlands, destroying both cash and food crops, and in most cases fail to reclaim mined areas, a situation which is taking a toll on their livelihoods and putting the lives of residents at risk. City News' Neil Ni Amate Kanaku visited these communities and has more in this report.
Jasu is a mining and farming community located in the Fantiakwa South District of the Eastern Region. Only licensed mining companies have been operating in the area for years now, but the companies are now making life unbearable for farmers and community members, as these companies have now invaded farmlands, destroying farm produce of these farmers. According to the farmers, even though some landowners willingly sold their farmlands to these companies, others who refuse to sell off their lands have had their lands invaded overnight. The farmers have argued that these licensed mining companies, after confrontation, then unilaterally decide and offer the farmers ridiculous low rates as compensations, with some farmers receiving as low as 500 Ghana cedis for their land and damage to their farm produce, a clear violation of the compensation principles provided in Section 74 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703.
Just a minute, ubi ne botchi. Between Pano attorney dear, be the answer dear minton. It's me call no, ye cha. What ton then ye tranny dear na, trammy dear na fra. And my same phone the consul say, and I say in I amana. It is a medicinal crown, me doctor, and not a real Slopa, Missro. It's soon to me name and animal call on more or one metinty. Mamma what's not, and now for a bomb horn. So want to know bomb on one, I'm here maybe no way the Abraham, my sunny abba. I'm no happy fee. My assassin go home, Banchi womb, broad dear womb.
When the news team got to the community to verify these claims by the farmers, we realized the mining company, Kibi Goldfields, were actively mining with 2 excavators right behind a Forestry Commission signpost with the inscription, Etiwa Rainforest Reserve, keep off. The mining company were also busy mining portions of the reserve and right next to a local soap manufacturing structure constructed by the community as part of an alternative livelihood project.
Say how party say ensure a decrum hanging go before na sense winning and a yen sworn. Boko said the soon Yamakra now near Mancrana. I sing a sign soon I a corny to me who they yet.
Just as we were filming, armed security personnel from Kibi Goldfields confronted us and requested that we go with them to their office. A request which was opposed by leadership of Advocates for Community Alternatives, a non-governmental organization which facilitated our visit to the community. Daniel Kwesi Yanan, the mine manager for Kibi Goldfields, who expressed shock, has been speaking to City News on the concerns raised by the farmers.
They are saying that we are mining without compensation to the surface right owners. It is not true. Everybody whose land we have mined, we pay them their compensation, they are happy with it. So we ask them they should give us the specific people that say that we have not compensated them. They said 12 people. We have asked them to give us a list of the 12 people. As I speak now, we met them this morning. They have not been able to produce the list. So we are waiting. Anytime they give us the list, we will respond to that allegation. The second thing they complained about was that we've mined the Subin River and diverted it. It is not true.
From Esiakwa, Esikem to Sajimasi near Chibi, we visited several mine pits which have been left uncovered and abandoned by these large-scale miners. Harrowing situation which has led to the loss of lives of a number of people, including school-going children who drowned in them. This has been a major challenge for community members and some chiefs in the Abuakwa South municipality.
We are not against mining, but we have to have a responsible mining where you mine, you cover it, and the land could be used for something else.
At the Shiapinsu community, I caught up with a man called Open Akosi Damte Atakuma, who allegedly lost his 2 sons after a downpour when they went on a fishing expedition. He agreed to take me to the exact spot where he alleged that 22-year-old Adamte Bless and 24-year-old Labi Grant drowned as a result of failure of Nara Mining Company Limited to cover a mining pit in the area.
Daniel Yawada, 2022. And I'm a man who net. Maybe I go to 4. Abe mani na nsuru to ana abe gu won amana eti ho na nkwada no ebe hye net no eti ukueda o be hye net no adechi ya wada on ba ya na se o maka bia mu te se isu na afa o ti o se na me mana se mba mtimu a papa ene me kokura ka mepe me kwa me hu me ma no fiat asifo asifo me hu me ma no.
Juliana Kumiwa was 6 months old pregnant when she lost her husband in a similar fashion some 8 years ago after her husband fell into a prospecting pit belonging to Nara Mining Company.
Our for company, baby, omoye adwuma na omotu amna hono. Ya sasa na dia sanintini. Amna na na da hono we na nsu wu mu so ayemma. Na opatri wu amna ni na odi free mu. Na wo free mu no so na menyembusu mi nsia. Company no omo ba fie no omo be hye bo se se me wo a omo be si dan ana wa ye store e dia ma me na me da hwe nkwala no isu be si na 8 years ni no me nti omo nka omo me ye hwe so emfa ma me ne nkwala nan e na me kita omo sisi a fat me ho chiri me yie.
Reacting to these claims, the head of corporate affairs for Nara Mining Company, Nana Kofi Owusu, who debunked the allegations, said they have lived in harmony with the community for more than 20 years.
We've done a whole chunk of reclamation. That's why I told you that even Iyoko, the Nsutem community have portioned almost about 100 acres or so land to Iyoko to develop on it at Nsutem. Because of the proper reclamation schedule we did about 3-4 years ago.
Behind me is an uncovered pit left behind by this large-scale mining companies operating here at Achim Dwaso, in the Osino area. Now, residents are worried by this development, indicating that they fear kids going to school may fall in this particular pit. For City News, Neo Ni Amati Kanaku, Achim Dwaso.
So is the words of the residents in these communities against that of the mining company? Well, the residents, some of them are saying that they are destroying their farmlands, their lives are at risk because where the mining is happening is not right. But the company, especially that of Kibi Gold Field, stated that they've been compensated and that they are asking that the individuals who have not been compensated, their names be brought to them, but till date they haven't received any name to compensate these individuals. But these mining communities for a number of times have been complaining about development. We saw recently one where the lands minister had to go there to ensure that tension has calmed down or brought down. The residents that were complaining about unemployment, were complaining about lack of development, amongst other things. What do you think could be done to resolve these issues?
I don't think that the issue really has to do with compensation. It has to do with sustainability of the livelihood that the people have. And the first conversation we need to have is, what concession were they granted permission to mine on? If truly they've gone beyond the concession that they were given, any other form of activity beyond the concession that they were given amounts to illegal mining. As simple as that. I mean, how much are you going to give to a community who depend on their cocoa or who depend on their plantain farms?
Some individuals are, or some cocoa farmers, I say, or farmers, I say, that they are not raking in enough from their business. So I mean, they are also pushing out their farms.
That is not enough reason, first, that is not enough reason to forcefully take over their farms, as has been alleged by the farmers.
Yeah, alleged.
And so if these allegations are anything to go by, it's not as though there was that form of consensus building where the people said, we are tired of farming, we are not getting anything out of farming, but take our lands. From what the people are saying, it looks as though the company expanded its operations and it affected their lands, and upon complaints, they said we are going to compensate
them.
But the point I'm making is that when you go to these communities, the single most important source of livelihood is farming. And so you cannot unilaterally expand your operations to invade the farmlands of people and just say, come and let us compensate you. Because I don't think that compensation will be enough, it will be sustainable enough. Some of these lands have been farmed by generations before those who are there now. And that is what, for some families, that is what they literally depend on. And so, first, I don't think, if indeed the allegations that they forcibly took over these lands are true, I don't think that the conversation is just about compensation. The government ought to look at this and give the people a choice as to whether they still want these mining companies to mine on their farms or they want their lands to be used for farming. If they want the company to mine on it, government, there can be a committee to look at whether or not the compensation is adequate enough. It's not just about compensation.
Adequate compensation.
It's also about how adequate the compensation is. But from my standpoint, even if most of these farmers want to give out their farms, looking at how important farming is, and from learning from experience where communities give out their lands, and then 10, 15 years down the line, unemployment is so high within these communities because the mining company would not be employ as many people as the farming would do. And so government then would have to even look at how to make farming lucrative to the people there so that they don't end up giving their farmlands to these persons. It's a very serious allegation that has been made that I think that the lands ministry should be interested in. We are fighting illegal miners. It looks as though today I'm using the last thing very well. But the last thing we will want is that for those who we have given certificates to, who we believe should be undertaking sustainable mining, will also be mining illegally.
So that's what is happening in Dwaso. The residents are also complaining about reclamation of the lands. I think that if the lands ministry is aware of this, you should check that those lands are reclaimed so that people will not be risking their lives, because already they've complained that some people have died as a result of this issue. You're still watching CNR Extra here on City TV. Still to come. Residents and road users call for urgent intervention as deteriorating Sokode Akrofu Bame Road in the Volta region poses grave risk for inhabitants and pregnant women. Kindly stay with us. We'll be back with more stories.
Can become a house owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yugoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. Yugoflip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Welcome back. Let's bring you some more stories. And residents and road users on the Sokode Akrofu Bame Road want the stretch fixed immediately.
Where residents and road users call for urgent intervention along the Sokode Akrofu Bame Road. They are calling for the intervention to address the deteriorating state of the road. The road, which was initially constructed during the Rawlings administration, has been neglected for many years, becoming a hazardous stretch and raising concerns about the safety of its users. Pregnant women in particular are facing many risks as they have reported complications and loss of pregnancies due to the poor road conditions. To shed light on the situation, City News' Desmond Selasiago has more.
Sokode, Akrofu and Bame are primarily agricultural communities that play a crucial role in supplying food to urban cities in the Volta region and other parts of the country. The farmers and residents in this area heavily rely on the Sokode Akrofu Bame Road to transport their goods and access essential services. Unfortunately, the road's dilapidated state has significantly hindered their daily activities, posing challenges to farmers and impeding economic progress. According to the residents, the road was initially constructed during the Rawlings administration and underwent rehabilitation during the Kufuor administration. However, since then, the road has received little to no maintenance, resulting in its current deplorable state, which greatly affects the transportation of farm produce to the market.
Kufuor only, ya do money. Kakehe mo nai abele pe we tomegbe kola eba jefufu. Alebe ole amududa ubale mo jije. Kakanu ke he de fune pete wuye nyebe bayi la he campaign time he do he NDC tobe ATS le jojori yaudu contractor ora oba hemo fiti bene yole ogbe e ba jeju choya jikola e mo gblin.
Some women who have tragically lost their pregnancies due to the poor road conditions spoke off camera to City News, expressing their unbearable situation. Additionally, farmers and traders in Akrofu Agofe voiced their concerns that their produce is not yielding any benefit as it rots on the farm due to the bad road condition. They urgently appeal for government intervention to address the pressing challenge. During our visit to the communities, we observed that only 5 vehicles were seen using the road. Some residents and road users in these communities also expressed to City News the disadvantages they face because of the road's terrible condition. Commuters are left stranded for several hours, waiting for cars to board, as only a few vehicles now ply the routes.
More than 1 hour. Ameduwe kakako ali leveo leke buokia no bubu e dodo le krachene ho dati meri aboa bureme wa susube vudo de defini vore eduke me aglede dume ya unyu ameduwe le ne ho fule odu fifie ke no ko ye krachela
Problem o le moji zata ko be amegero vu le moji evugero vu le moji evu poko le gome kwacha ele fude me mi zomo kekereka gayo peti mi kwa jimi wa ko maintenance ne voa
ta moya enya le fude na mi ta mi le kuku de be ne pepere un de le he mi anami ne ganye grader he wa ko he mo na mi e mi ata un e buata no mi ache be moji to esi ayila mi adapere eta.
Benedict there, the unit committee chairman for the Akrofo Agove electoral area, shared his insights on the challenges faced by the communities along the stretch in an interview with City News. He earnestly appealed to the government to take necessary measures to improve the road condition.
To comment to viewer assemblyman playing to unit committee chairman, mi ba organize mi atowe Akrofo Agove play Akrofo review pe mi jogale mi antoru kwesi mi ba ida assembly na mi grader. Mi ba pele pekui le gravel pit mi antonto bega mi ba pele gravel pekui ba pour de moji ape mi to gazamo last year pele kele kake baro vivie kela ndeke mega ijipo.
Road users who ply the Soccer Day Akrofo Bame Peve Road here in the whole central municipality are appealing to government to, as a matter of urgency, come to their aid and reconstruct the road which was abandoned for years, to make access to bigger markets in the municipality easier for them. Reporting for City News from Akrofo Agove in the whole central municipality, I'm Desmond Selassie Ago.
It is clear that every day there is an issue with roads in communities. It's like one day, one road report.
I mean, the
road situation, yeah.
The road network in this part of the continent is very poor, and I mean, even in the capital, Accra, you could see it. Just move off your major roads. You are using the road from Seko to Pokwase. If you get to Amasamai, just take your left.
Deplorable.
Deplorable. Yeah. Any part of the country, you would definitely every 30 minutes drive. You most likely hit
them. The Farm Milk and Mamole Road is under construction. I don't see anything there. Recently, the one I visited was the Apollonia Afinia Road. I think you should go there with your car one of these days. Did you go there with your car? Oh no! At a point in the course of the report, I told it was even a pickup. I told the driver, you know what, let's go back because the road is deplorable.
This is even a pickup.
Yes, it's very bad, and you can tell that government is doing its part to ensure that at least major roads are fixed. But I just don't know.
You see, when we talk about this, we talk about how coordinated and how sustainable the construction of roads is.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at the Amasama and Doblogono Road,
yes,
you know that area very well. Prior to the 2020 election, that road was fixed. And it looked very
new. They call something sapiti.
Yes.
So, like, because of the elections, you need to get the numbers.
But
so
see,
you just do something within a short period of time, and it goes bad within a space of time.
That's our problem. And because, you see, they just did the first lay. Money was expended to do that. But now you go back to that place, it looks as though that road has never seen any form of tarred road. And the potholes, a trip that should take you less than 30 minutes ends up taking you about an hour, 30 minutes lost. I mean, we are people who just do not respect time. Because if we respect and value time, these are the things that we prioritize. And my point is that the very small, the small roads that we can do, if we do and we do them right, and we maintain them appropriately, we would be going forward. But here, we take 2 steps forward and take 4 steps back. I mean, a road that was constructed during the reign of former President Rawlings.
Yeah,
and that road has been left deteriorated.
No maintenance.
No form of maintenance throughout this period. How can we grow as a people?
Well, we certainly will talk about road stories every now and then, but the various authorities will take action. Let's bring you some more stories. We are bringing a story from the northern region that focuses on early childhood education.
Early childhood education plays a vital role in ensuring the physical, mental, and social well-being of children in 2018. The WHO, UNICEF, and the World Bank introduced the Nurturing Care Framework, which emphasizes the importance of a stable environment created by parents and caregivers. This framework aims to provide opportunities for early learning through emotionally supportive and responsive interactions. The Catholic sisters, who are actively engaged in delivering essential health education and family-focused services in communities across Africa, are playing a significant role in reaching underserved and vulnerable groups, particularly in the Northern region. This report by our Northern Regional correspondent, Mohammed Aminu Alabira, provides further insight into their efforts.
Early childhood development has emerged as a critical aspect of child's overall development. When children receive the necessary care and attention, they have the potential to flourish and achieve their full capabilities in life. Shockingly, research indicates that over 2/3 of children under the age of 5 in sub-Saharan Africa are not on track to reach their cognitive and socio-emotional milestones. This figure is higher than any other region worldwide. Children under 3 years old are particularly vulnerable due to their rapid brain development and sensitivity to the impact of nutrition on growth, cognition, and school achievements. To address these concerning issues, the Catholic sisters have become a driving force in promoting health, education, and family-centered services in communities across Africa. Through their mission of engaging local civil society actors, the Catholic Relief Services (CRS) aims to enhance the capacity of women religious in early childhood development. By 2024, the project seeks to create nurturing environment for children aged 0 to 3 years old in targeted communities. The project encompasses 4 regions in the northern sector, including 10 political districts, 3 Catholic dioceses, and 30 communities. During a brief gathering at Chamba in the Nanumba North municipality, the leader of the Catholic sisters in the area shared insight into the project, objectives, and significance.
It's for children 0 to 3 years old in the target communities, living in a nurturing environment by the year 2024. This means that children 0 to 3 years should benefit from the 5 components of nurturing care framework, which are good health, adequate nutrition, safety and security, responsive caregiving, and opportunity for learning. This project also aims at increasing the technical capacity of Catholic sister congregations to deliver high-quality, equitable, and integrated activities that will contribute to children living in nurturing environments.
Sister Mary Benson, the Provincial Superior of the Sisters and a representative of the Conference of Mayor Superiors Ghana, expressed her joy about the project and encouraged community members to embrace it, as it holds the potential to build a better society.
We are working together in collaboration with CRS, the Conference of the Major Superiors Ghana, CRS, and the Hilton Congregation, our foundation, are together in making this event a reality. My dear people of God, I'd like to give Aiko to all of you and our elders. Please mobilize the people to join this worthy cause. I don't think I have to tell the story again.
Various speakers at the gathering expressed their delight and called on the government to adopt the strategies implemented by the Catholic sisters.
So early childhood education is very important, and it looks like it's happening in the northern region or any other part of the region is very important because, as we always say, education is key.
I mean, if you look at our system, there are about 3 levels of socialization. You have the family, you have the school,
yeah, and the society,
and then the society, and sometimes the church and religious bodies. Now, if you look at our formative period, we spend most of the time in school. And in recent years, you get parents send their children or their kids sometimes below 6 months, from 6 months to 1 year, sometimes even below 1 year. I remember during our time, you have to be old enough before you go to school. By this time, they send the kids to school very, very early. And so paying particular attention at that level is very important.
Very, very important.
Of course. And aside spending much of their time there, their years there, the time of the day, out of the 24 hours, I can boldly say close to about 12 hours is spent in schools. And so any focus on that level of education is very important.
So this is a very good initiative. We hope that it goes on well in the northern region. You are still watching CNR Extra here on City TV. Still to come. City TV's National Swimming Championship showcases Ghana's rising talent in a thrilling 10-hour event. Marlin's swim team tops all by winning the overall best team. And stay with us. We're back with that story.
City TV is live on DSTV. Find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117. And on HD Plus, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV. City TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD Plus boxes. City TV, it's your world.
Welcome back. Let's bring you City TV's National Swimming Championship event insert now.
City TV's National Swimming Championship ended on a high as young swimmers exhibited their skill in the pool in a thrilling and exciting 10-hour event. At the end of the competition, Marlins emerged as the overall winners, swooping a total of 63 medals, which constitutes 34 gold medals, 19 silver, and 10 bronze in both the male and female categories. Legon Sharks came second with 41 medals, and Torpedo Swimming Club grabbed 16 medals in all. After an exciting day of intense competition in the pool and a glimpse at the future of swimming in Ghana, City Sports' Bernard Osei put together this report.
City FM and City TV, in collaboration with the Ghana Swimming Association, organized a one-day swimming competition at the Ghana Armed Forces Sports Complex at Bema Camp in Accra. These young swimmers have demonstrated a high level of dedication to their skill and desire to prove they are the best among the rest. At the end of the competition, the likes of Naima Kankam and Michael Crabman outdid themselves by beating their personal best in 2 of the swimming events, as well as swooping a majority of the gold medals here at Bema Camp. While Naima Kankam and Michael excelled above all, many of these young swimmers performed extremely well, beating their personal best records and taking home some medals to show for it. I am with Naima Kankam and her father, Jeffrey Kankam, and I'm here to talk to them about their general overview of how today's event has gone for them. And for Naima, what matters more to her? Is the winning of medals or beating her personal best records? So Naima, first of all, you've shattered the place. How do I even put it? You've really outdone yourself. How proud are you to have done this?
I'm very, very happy, very proud, and I hope that I can keep going and keep pushing for other competitions to come.
For you, does it matter What matters more to you? Is it beating your personal best record or winning medals?
Beating my personal best, because I've realized even if I don't beat my personal best, at a point, because there are not many girls in my age group, so I'm automatically in first, second, or third. So I prefer to aim to beat my personal best than to aim for a medal, aim for gold, or anything like that.
I think whichever sport they might have gravitated towards would have been fine with me. With them, I think the opportunity came with swimming probably the quickest, and they gravitated it very, very quickly, and began to demonstrate sort of some natural talent in there. From a social point of view, from a team building point of view, it's been excellent for them. You know, Naima is a homeschooled student, so this has been a very good socialization sort of process for her. And over the years, she's just proven to be, you know, very good at it, and we're very excited for her.
The head of sports of City FM, City TV, Benjamin Ketia, also shared his views on what has happened here at the Ghana Armed Forces Sports Complex in Bema Camp.
Well, first of all, we know that football is the dominant sport in this country, and there's always the outcry about putting the spotlight on lesser funded and lesser known sports. And so we looked across the horizon and we realized that the swimming community were one of those communities that were really organized and very serious about their business as far as developing the sport and the industry itself is concerned. And so it was a pretty easy choice for us. We looked at how much swimming has grown in leaps and bounds over the last 3 years. We looked at how much Ghana has made strides on the international swimming level over the past couple of years, and we felt as if this was a good initiative to take. And as everybody else has witnessed today, it's been pretty much a wonderful event. I think that an evaluation of everything will depend on the individuals involved. So for some of the individuals, when you speak to them, they're not too bothered about winning medals. A lot of them were bothered about bettering their personal times and also using this as a possible training platform for the African Games that are yet to come.
At the end of the one-day swimming contest at the Ghana Armed Forces Sports Complex in Bema Camp, I spoke to the president of the Ghana Swimmers Association, Delphine Okoye, who expressed her gratitude to City FM, City TV for partnering them to organize this tournament for the swimmers.
The day has been awesome. Everything went on so perfectly well. The swimmers are happy. Organization was good. The organizers are also very happy. So we are all happy that everything went on well. Swimming is a force to reckon with. And I would say thank you to City for this initiative, because we've been looking for sponsorship for years. We have never been able to get anything like this. So for us at GSA, this is the best news that we got when City said they wanted to host a competition for us. And we are so happy and grateful to them. We hope it continues. It doesn't stop here, this one event.
It's been a successful one-day event held here at the Ghana Armed Forces Sports Complex in Bema Camp, Accra, where these young athletes have shown a great level of skill, a great level of expertise, a great level of panache, and a great level of togetherness and competition amongst themselves. For City Sports, my name is Bernardi Salse.
So that was a great event there. Was nice watching and seeing them dive into the pool and all that. But that tells you that we have a lot of talent in this country when it comes to swimming. Of course, Ghana can make waves when we go international.
I mean, for me, I love to watch people swim. Yeah. Can you swim?
Oh, we give fans when they are swimming.
Oh, you don't swim?
When Samuels was swimming, I was giving fans.
Oh, but you should. I mean, you know.
I'm learning small.
No, if you are standing there, you dive. Oh. MC Big Flo, if you dive into the water and you
just relax for us.
Oh, but that's a nice one.
But what's your short comment about what happened? Just briefly.
I mean, it's important. The conversation has been on giving equal attention to other sports, and just like we do for football. Yeah. And I think that the talents that were shown on Sunday has in any way justified those comments.
Rightly so. This is how we end today's edition of CNR Extra here on City TV. My name is Philip Nilati. I did this with Hansen Ajman. Many thanks for your time and keep watching City TV.